Welcome everyone to the next live, and in this today in this video today we're going to work on the AI perception. All right, so in the last video there were some misassumptions like how we can actually go about the AI perceptions. So I researched about it, and I have found few solutions that we can go about to finding a perfect AI perception. And I would like to thank some of the YouTubers who have already made content over this, and it was much easier to actually find out and understand all of these things due to their efforts. So huge thanks to all of them, but mainly I went with let me just show the screen. Okay, so I went with Ali on this particular smart enemy AI playlist which he has created, and mostly I want to follow this whole playlist. Yeah, I mostly want to follow all of this playlist to actually understand the AI deeply, because right now it is kind of a uncharted territory for me. So if any of you thinks that I'm not really, like, you're not able to understand AI creation from this lives and everything, then I would highly recommend that you go and watch his video, because basically my AIs will be based on his AI. Okay, there will be few changes on how I want my AI to behave. So other than that, mostly the basic AI system will be dependent on his videos. So yeah, just putting it out there. So if you want to know, this is where I am learning about AI. Now, without further ado, let's get started with the video. I don't know what is actually happening. Okay, we're back in the game. So firstly, we will not be working on this level, but the default level. And for now, we have a system where the AI can follow through the path and actually understand where he wants to go, and if he reaches at end, we can put in the delay, or maybe make him do some kind of animation. Maybe he checks around and then he follows back, or go to the next sprite. We can do any of those stuff. Now there is a bit of a problem, and that problem is that the AI is not really going to know what he is doing if you are doing it inside the base character, because right now the start following path, everything is happening inside the AI itself. But let's say that the AI is going from this point to this particular point. We don't really know how he's going to understand to not go to this point and chase a player, or go to some other location instead. So we have to fix that one as well, because right now we can only set, like, what we can say is have this reach location somewhere over here in this loop, and then we basically check each time that does the AI reached its path, and if it has reached that point, check if there is enemy inside, or if somebody hurt him, right? But that can only happen if we reach that point. it will not happen if we are in mid of it. So we have to fix that problem. So, but before we can do that, we should have some kind of perception with which we can test the path tracing and stuff. So first of all, let's go about that. So inside the EPAI, we have to add something called AI perception. Okay, and this is the thing that I was searching for and accidentally created a completely separate asset for it, which I don't know how to make it from that particular way. Anyways, so over here we have a few events from which we can get when the perception is getting updated and stuff like that. But more than anything, we have the sense control. Okay, sense config. And over here we can add different kind of sense like sight or probably hearing or maybe damage, right? Or maybe we can have touch. Well, I don't really know how we're going to do the prediction, but maybe prediction would be something like if the character runs away and hides, AI kind of predicts where the player will come out of, right? So maybe that is some kind of prediction sense, but I think it would be much better if we make a algorithm about it rather than using sense for it. All right, so for now we have sight, hearing, and damage sense config, and we're going to compile and save everything. But more than anything, we actually want to debug this, right? And what is the dominant sense? I will say sight is the dominant sense. All right, so that is one thing, but we also need to know when exactly is the character being like what is the field of view of the sight and hearing and stuff like that. Okay, so for that we need the AI debug mode, and to AI science debug key. Okay, compile, save. Now if you are playing, it's not really working. While in the game running, following options available. Yeah, it's not really working for me. I have to find out what my shortcut for it. AI perception or something like that. AI pre debug T F8 retracing rewind. Yeah. No. for for some reason I'm not getting the debug option. Edit preferences. AI debugging. Show AI debug. Okay. Why? For some reason, it's really not working. Hmm. Could it be the result of HUD? But then it should have worked in this one. No? Don't really know what is happening. Don't really know what is happening. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Let's see. When the AI div mesh is enabled, press 0. But how do we enable this? AI debugger debugging tool not opening in Unreal. No. To ensure the game is running in PEE mode, run as a standalone game. Oh my god. I didn't want it to do that. What? This is my first time actually doing this run. Um, Performance is dropping. Yeah, they're eating it. Uh, just selected viewport. Okay. Or maybe P. Um, wait, still don't have it. Okay. Anything else? Ensure the game is running. Press the S key to toggle the gameplay debugger. Now this is gameplay debugger. Gameplay, show gameplay debug. Okay, let's test this out. Still nothing. Maybe this, let me see if this is the project or is it something else, or maybe we need to select the AI. Now let me just open up another project. Pen drive. No, wait a minute. I do have UE6, but it needs update. So I don't know. Unreal Engine bugs every single time. Without the debugging, we wouldn't really know like what are the limits of the AI's senses, and we would not be able to edit anything, basically. Okay, so nothing over here, just search. Okay, this one is working. As you can see, over here we have the category and stuff and behavior tree and stuff. Right now it's working, and for some reason in horror it will not be working. The editor will restart. You will be promoted to save any changes toward the end. Yes. All right. Okay, so if we play the game and press the, okay, now it's working. As you can see, this actually tracks out the path for the AI that it's trying to take to reach the location. And once it reaches the location, then it will search for the new nav mesh and then the new nav mesh, basically. But more than anything, you can see over in the behavior tree, the sequence is the AI follow path, right? And now it's AI move to, and the target is target actor. So as we can see that it's actually switching between both of them. So with this, we can say that the AI behavior is working. Now, about the perception. So if we press 5, we would be able to see perception. But for now, it's enabled, disabled. Oh, numpy. Okay, so this is the perception. Right now, I think it only shows sight, or maybe the perception is too big for the hearing. All right, let's go back to the default level. Right, so now if we go, okay, so for some reason the perception system is not working on this particular level. I really don't know why. All right then, how about showcase? It's going to take a lot of time though. Actor palette is good too. Okay, let's just spawn our AI. Over here. Okay, it's not working in this one as well. Why is this happening? Oh wait, no, it's not that. Okay, let's go somewhere over here. Let's spawn a nav mesh. Make X to be 50 and Y to be 50. Then let's spawn our AI. And let's spawn ourselves. Right, and now we can go with F5. So as you can see, this is too big actually. No AI system is going to be that big, and for some reason he's trying to chase me, so I cannot really showcase it like this. But yeah, I can't do that. So these circles, I guess, are the limits of the sight or hearing. Well, in anyways, we have to fix it. So firstly, let's go with none, and yeah, let's go with none. And now let's spawn ourselves. And now, as you can see, this is the actual limit of our ranges. So red is damage. So if a character is inside this range and he damages the player, wait. So if the player is inside this range and damages the AI, it will know its location. Okay, but if it's outside, it will not know its location and stuff like that. But then comes the visibility and stuff. So the green one is sight, but sight is also influenced by this limit, the per eye limit. Okay, as you can see, there is two like pieces of the circle cutted in, and the behind is basically where the AI cannot see, and these are the areas where the AI can actually see. and the yellow one is here. So if the player makes any kind of sound, then the AI will be able to hear it from this section. Okay, so these are the things, and there are different ways for the AI to know how it has been attacked or if there is any kind of sound. It's not really like you can just play a sound and the AI will hear it. So we actually have to specify which sound can the AI hear. All right. Dun, 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 dun. So now that we have done that, let's actually do let's solve this problem. Let's uh, minimize these circles and limit some visibility. Right, so in the site right now the AI can see about 3000 centimeters. So I actually just want him to see around 1000. So, and 150 would be the loose site radius. The peripheral vision, instead of being 90, I think it would be much much more, would you say, kind for the player to make it around 45, right? So that they can do stealth and move around the world and do stuff like that. And the max age, instead of 00 seconds, which I think will be, yeah, infinite, I want him to remember the last seen site for at least a minute. Okay, let's go with a minute. So the AI will remember what he sees for a minute, even if the character has been gone out of sight or has hidden away. Okay, so this is the limit. Now these are the things: detect enemies, detect neutrals, and detect friendlies. By the Ali's video. Oh, wait. Just wait a minute. I might have to do some debugging here. Just give me a second. Okay, I'm back. So many things to do. But firstly, we have set up the site, and the near clipping radius, we don't really have to worry about those stuff. And now let's work on the hearing. Now, hearing, I think, is pretty good. I mean, you would be able to hear some loud sounds from very far away. So I think hearing is good. Let me just turn it down to maybe 2000. Okay. And damage is just as it is. Doesn't really need to change. Just the max setting second to be 60 again. Okay. He will remember where did he hit from that long. But for the hearing, okay, so the hearing, he will forget hearing about 30 seconds. Okay, so that's what I think is a good value, I guess. So now let's launch, and as you can see, it's much better radius, right? It's not super high or stuff like that. And player, if they this, let's say that the player is somewhere over here, but like on the ground, then they would be able to go behind the AI and basically keep the stealth mode on forever. Like, they don't really have to attack a certain AI or attack a certain monster if they don't have the equipment, right? So that's why I have reduced the site. But probably once the AI has figured out that there is somebody near him, then maybe we can increase this. Maybe we can make it completely 90 for the change. Okay. Maybe, yeah, maybe let's make it a bit more outside to something like probably 60. Yeah, let's go with 60 degrees. All right. Now that much is the senses. Okay, right now we don't really know which sense is working and how is it working. Okay, and to figure that part out, we have to firstly get all of the things. Well, before we do any of those things, I do actually have to disable the behavior tree so that the AI doesn't do anything and stay at one place. All right. Now, as you can see in the events of the AI perception, we have the perception update. And every time there is some kind of perception taken by the AI, this event will be running. And we want to take the updated actors and stuff, and we want to get basically things out of it. So what we're going to do is we're going to get all of the update actors, and we're going to find out like how they are being sensed, right? Firstly, we need to figure out which sense, which perception is the AI is using. So to do that, we're going to use the for each loop, right? And for each of the array element, for each of the characters, we're going to check in if it does have any kind of perception or stuff like that. Okay, so get actors perception, this one, yeah, get actors perception, right? And this should work on the loop body. So firstly, we're going to get the actor's perception. Okay, so in which kind of perception he is perceiving, And after that, we're going to get the info, going to break it, and from the info we're going to get these things. The target, what are the target, like does he sense another AI, like maybe another enemy, or does he sense the last minute? Wait a minute, there's one thing I haven't done it with these things. Okay. Right, so we're going to get the last sense stimuli, and then we're going to get reference or a copy. Can we break it? Nope. So how do we figure this one out? Uh, I have to see this one. Okay, so this have to be another for each loop. Alright then, and after this we're going to break it again, and that's how we're going to get the age expression the age and stuff from this. But mainly we need the successfully sensed from this, and it's actually going to detect which of the sense we got it from. So let me say it this way, right? Over here the AI perceives something, okay, and it got all of the actors that got updated from the perception. Then we're going to go through all of those actors, and we're going to find which of the actor found a certain target, right? And from that particular actor we're going to also get what is the last sensed stimuli, basically which is the last sense. Does he see it, does he saw a player, or does he heard something, right? And after we have done that we're going to get the ages, and we can basically get if it was successfully sensed or not, right? But to actually know, right, to actually know to actually know the difference between the normal sense, was it a sight or was it a hearing sense? So to differentiate between those two things we have to do something else, which is getting the class of this stimuli. Okay, so from here we're going to get the AI stimulus, and we're going to get the class of that, right? And then we're going to check, does this class have sense or hearing or stuff like that, okay? And to do this we're going to use enumeration. Okay, I'm just going to create a data folder as well. Blueprint enumeration IAE stimulus. Right, for now we have three of them, so there will be none. then there will be sight, and then there will be hearing, and a damage. Okay, and now we're going to find, is this equal to something else depending on this wildcard. Okay, and we can get the AI stimulus, and we can get all of these things. But why is the damage like that? All right. Now what we are basically going to do in the none is nothing. In the site it's going to be AI site config. Is it config? No, AI sense site, and then again sense hearing, and sense damage, right? And the index right now is none, right? But we can change it. We can change the index by using the same enumeration, but we have to do this inside like a confined region basically. So we're going to get all of these solutions, right click and collapse to function, and this will basically be get sensed stimulus stim was correct, IMULUS, right? And over here inside the inputs we're going to get one of more input, which is sense SENS, alright, and it will be type AIE stimulus. And now we are basically going to use this over here. Okay, so we can change which sense we want to check and set, let's say we want to check height, sight, because we had sight just now or something like that. And if it's true, we did get it, we're going to return this successfully sensed. Okay, but we need to check this for sight, hearing, and damage, and maybe some other ones when we use them in future. So to do that, we're going to go inside the loop body and do it inside a sequence. All right. And after this, we have the branch. And from the branch, we can basically, if it's true, it will do anything. If it's for okay. So if we sense to something, right, then in the truth we will do whatever the function that we wanting to do. If we heard something, then we want to do something that we want to do upon hearing, and if we got damage, we want to do what we want to do on the damage, basically that. Okay, so on true the function will work. So for now I'm just going to print to know that yes, they are working. This is going to be sight, ear, and that hurts. Okay, but but this is not really that easy. Well, sight is, but hearing and damaging is really not. So we need to go inside our character and see for ourselves like what we can do. So inside the event graph, I'm going to go with the debugging. This escape to pause in the final build. Okay. What is this? Need key. Okay. Alright. I will do this somewhere over here. The key event. When I press, let's say P, right? When I press P, it will damage it. Okay. Damage. Apply damage. Yeah. Okay, and this is the event which will actually damage the player and which will actually send out the like basically send out that there has been a damage to certain actor, right? And over here we have the damaged actor, but we don't really have to worry about it. We can go get all actor of class, right? And for now we're just going to damage everyone, every AI that we have. So it's going to be AI character. Yep, this one, base AI character. And let's go with for each loop. Attach the array and this to the damaged actor. Again, in the base damage we can give it like 10 or something. For now we don't really have health system or damage system, so this is just a like a event dispatcher basically to send out the damage event. Now we have to do same kind of a thing for the hearing. So if I press O, I will say create sound. Okay, sound, play sound, create meta sound. Let me see. It's really helpful that all of these things are in front of us and we can just do them. Okay, make noise is instead of the like instead of make sound, it's just make noise. All right, and the noise location is going to be mesh get world location and put that there. And the target, I don't think that we need to set up a target for this. I mean, it should be a universal sound, right? It should be a universal voice noise. Well, let's see what really happens. Going to go inside as GM sandbox. Okay, going to open this up. We're going to open this up. All right. So in perception, green sight in. So as you can see over here on the site, we have seen 2 targets. Now I don't really know if it means us or not. Okay, so we're going to keep that guy in our vision. Yeah, even now it says 2 targets. Now how about I make sound? Okay, so he did hurt something over here, but don't really know about the damage. Damage one is not working. The sight one, is the sight working? And if you make noise over here. Okay, so the hearing is working, the sight is not. And more than anything, we don't really have an idea on printing. Is printing working normally or not? Let's first check that one out as well, because sometimes it just bugs out. So we're going to press not L but K, maybe I, and we're going to print string hello every time we do this. Okay, so that is working. Now if we go in front of him, he doesn't say anything. And if we, as you can see, the hello is working, but the hearing and damage is not ideal. Don't really know what is happening. But before that, let's also see that even if it is working, print string perceive. Got something. Okay. So as you can see, we can do anything, and basically the AI character is not really getting it. It's not really perceiving it. How do we do this? So this event is not being updated. What about if we make a sound? Okay, it did got something this time, but other than that, it's not really perceiving anything else. It's not perceiving the sandbox character. Why is that? Okay. None, sight, hearing, and damage. Sight, hearing, and damage. Oh, we haven't setted the actors for these two. So I think the hearing will work. Now, yeah, got something, heard from the ear. So the system is working for the detection. For some reason, it's not detecting the sight, right? it's not detecting our character for some reason. So how do we do this? Base AI character, BBC controller, perception. Oh, yeah. This is the reason. This is the reason why. I'm pretty sure that this is the reason. Alright, let me also update everything. So as you can see, there is a white, oh sorry, green circle around us. And as soon as we get out of the site, this is the point where it will stay and remember for like a minute, right? And so for a minute, there the AI have some kind of location where he can reach, and if there is no actor, right, if there is no player inside, then he will went to investigate and then come back to its own path, basically. And we can do another thing, which is making sound. Okay, so we can have these two enabled. I still don't know why the damage is not working, but we will know about it soon enough as well. Okay. So hello is working. Put something site, and then code something air, but we are not able to damage him, and that's probably because of this, the damaging actor and stuff. So maybe maybe instead of doing this inside the player itself, like this is just a debug, right? We can come over here and press key event. If I press key P, firstly you just print something so that I know that it's working. Print hello, and apply damage, self, okay, 10, and damage causer will be get player pawn, and that's the damage causer. Right then, let's see. Maybe not. Let's just undo everything. I mean, we don't really have a damage causer, right? Okay, it's not damaging anything. I just have to check everything. Or maybe I just checked the video. Responding. Oh, so instead of the damage causer, I think we have to attach ourselves to the damage um, investigator or something like that. We cannot do that. should be damage closer then. So maybe then instead of get all, we just get actor of class, and the class is going to be BP, not BP, this is AI character. And oh, this is not apply damage, but it is a report damage event. Oh my god, report damage event. Got it. And the event location is going to be get actor location, and put that there. How about now? Okay, that hurts. Nice. As you can see, this is our damage part. Age is around 30 seconds. So after the age of 30 seconds, this guy will forget that he got damaged by this someone from here. Alright. This is sight. And this is hearing. Right. Now I also want to check what will happen if there is like a wall in between us, right? So let's add a cube. Let's increase it like this. So by perception, the vision should come here, right? But as you can see, we are not seeing any kind of circle. And right now we are in sight, but as soon as we go away, this is the last known location for the AI of our self, right? So this is the location where we want him to reach and investigate, are we there yet? Are we there still? And if we go away, something like this, then we can basically hide from the player. From the AI. From the AI. Right? So basic perception is done. Now we need to use this perception and actually get stuff done, right? We want him to do stuff with this new ability of the AI. All right, so first of all, this sequence, before the sequence, we're going to create a selector. Okay. Right. And the selector will be between two things. Okay. The follow path will not have move to, basically. Okay, so one will be follow path and one will be chase player. Okay, so if there is any kind of hearing or any kind of like sight, right, then we want him to stop doing everything and then just jump back to chasing the player, basically. All right, and for that we need a decorator, because decorator are the ones that will be able to basically, like, they act kind of like branches in the blueprint. Okay, so what we need is we're going to add a new decorator over here, like BT task. We're going to add a BT decorator, their own folders. and we're going to call this own perception change. For now, we can change this later. Okay. So we're going to do a perform condition check AI, right? And let's also add the decorator over here. Boat self. Oh yeah. I don't think I don't think it's like that. So um it just aborts it, right? It's not particularly a selection stuff. Yeah. So instead of there, we're going to come over here, decorator, perception chain. Okay. And we want him to abort himself. Now we need to set some kind of condition, like what is the condition for aborting, right? Right. I think instead of on perception changes should be something like uh, seen the enemy. Yeah, let's just go with on perception chain. So inside the return value, we're going to go with return true, I think, or is it handle? Okay. So on the return value, we're going to return true if we have like where did it go? Yeah, this one. So for now, I'm just going to use blueprint nodes for like this is weird. Huh. But how do the AI know? Wait, what happened? Okay, wait. No, it's not working anymore. Okay. All right then. We just need to do this the old-fashioned way. So right now, we don't know the location and stuff about the sensed site, right? But we need to get it. We need to get this stimulus outside of here instead of just being like successfully sensed. Okay, and more than anything, we need to get the stimulus location. Okay, so we're going to add this node over here, and basically this node will be telling the AI to move to this place, not move to the target itself, but move to this place. It's that this location, basically. Okay, but there's one more thing. Sight doesn't really do that, do it? Because right now it's not really updating. The sight is the perception is not being updated, but the sight is. Where the actor's location is, that is being updated. Ah. Assassinate 8. Wait a minute. Okay. What was the error? I didn't see it. Oh yeah, there is no path. Got it. Da, 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 da. I think I need to watch more videos on this. So without wasting time, I think mostly the perception is done, and we do know that he is percepting us. There's stuff we can do later, and right now I actually have to work on something else, because if you remember the UI, I don't really like the UI. It's too bulky, basically, right? I mean, I did change the font. This is Chinzel Decorative, and I have added more fonts, so it's much better than just basic Roboto. But even then, it's just too bulky, right? Like this is our menu. Even if we go to main menu, I guess it is good for the prototyping. Wait a minute, I haven't really showed you guys like how did I manage to do the master volume and stuff, right? Okay, let me show you that. Let me show you that instead. So firstly, you do know that I have created the different widgets for different kind of options, and then there is just which one did got disconnected. Okay, so then I made one main option menu for as the complete hub, right? And firstly, there was no apply settings, so let's also like no back out settings. So let's do that. Also, give me 1 second. I will take a hydration break and be right back with you guys. See you in a while. See you in a bit. Not a while. All right, we are back. Okay, so we need to change this apply, and we also want to have like a option where we don't want to change anything. We don't want to apply anything, basically. Right, for that reason, I'm going to move it over here, which will be around 200, so that the other one can be around positive 200. Duplicate, put this over here, and this is going to be positive 200. And apply is going to be back. Discard. And let's set the color to be something nice. Okay, so apply or discard. We have, I don't think this is the correct spelling for the discard, but let me see. Discard. Yeah, this is the correct spelling. Menu, buttons, widgets, extra, apply 1, apply 2. Okay, so this is the back option, I guess. This discard, apply 2. So what we want to do is, upon the applying of 2, okay, on clicked, basically, we just want to say that the widget has destroyed and remove from parent without applying settings. So now change our menu. Let's say that we change the graphics, and without applying we go back, basically discard everything. Okay, now for the audio. So basically we have these few values, right? We have the ambience volume, we have the SFX volume, and we have the master volume. And on the event construction, I am actually trying to set them to certain values, but there is not really a way to get these values if I don't have a save bar. Okay, so I need to make a save settings slot to save all of these settings inside hard drive. Okay, every time we apply them, they will be saved to a hard drive, and maybe we don't even need application. Every time it changes, it just apply to hard drive directly. So, and then we can get them back from there and we use them. Okay, so that is the reason why every time we change the audio it is at 0, but it still changes everything. Okay, now how exactly are we changing these things? So firstly, I created this sound mix, and sound mix is a asset that basically contains master sound classes. Okay, so different kind of sound classes, and we can increase the volume. Okay, so we can increase volume, we can even increase pitch, and all of these things inside blueprints. Okay, so for that reason I included the sound mixer, and I set all of the sound classes to these values. Now, there is one more thing, like how we can actually, like, how do we actually know which sound class relate to which sound being created, right? So to do that, every single time, this you actually have to do. So even in audio, I went inside the Floy sounds, and I went here and I actually changed the sound class to the SFX class. I don't think the um, footwork should be SFX, but should it be or should it not? For now, it is inside SFX, and we can change it later because it's just this easy to change the classes. Okay, so this is the first way from which we can change the classes of any particular sound. So even if there is a sound cue, it doesn't really have to be a meta sound. Like this one, background mix. This is a sound cue. You can set a class to it. Okay, I do have a ambient. So AME ambience is now the sound class for this one, and there can be also antiquation for this. Then we also have sound waves. Maybe you use these sound waves somewhere. Then you can also have classes for these sound waves as well. So it's just that easy. You just have to go to kind of all of these sounds that you're using in your game and then set classes to it, right? And with that setup, you would be able to control all of these sounds through the sound mix. Because if we open this up, as you can see, you can even set the default volume to this. Okay, so I don't want to change it. But you can set these things, right? And also, as you can see, this is the AME master, right? This is not SFX or any other class. This is master class. And over here, we can set child classes to this. So basically, we can set the SFX, ambient, or any other classes that we ever make inside here, and this volume will basically change all of them at the same time. So this is the way we can do this. Okay, don't worry about the blueprint. It's just nothing. Like seriously, it's nothing. I can add a sound cue over here, like normal attack, and it will just add this option over here. And by the way, this ambience is basically a separate, like, it contains its own child class basically. Okay, that's why there is environmental sound, outdoor sound, and weather. All right, then let's delete that. And after doing like this whole setup of sound cue, sound mix, then you can come back and you can set the on volume change, and you can basically set the change of this slider to the volume of this sound mix. Okay, and you just have to select your sound mixer and select which particular class you want to change that sound of, and boom, it's working. And also you need to make sure that you have a sound, like push sound mix modifier, because without this there will not be any kind of change. All right, yeah, that much is what you need to know about audio. Now let's move on to controls. Or do we go line wise? And next is control. Okay, so we did do the mouse sensitivity on live, so you can check that one out as well. But for the key bindings, I did this offline, and mostly this is the same setup as the mouse sensitivity. Is just we have different kind of inputs there, and we have this click to select. This is a input key selector. Okay, so if you go and search for input key selector, you will find this kind of input value. Okay, so every time a player click on this and press any key, that key will be selected as the new input. Now, I did change few values, like I did change how it looks like. But more than anything else, this is what we need to worry about. Okay, firstly, updating the menu. Okay, which key action do which things, and this right here is actually my own what do you say there, this is my own C++ code. If we go over here, AMC key binding, get keys for the action, this is the one that I'm using. And basically I'm using this to actually know which key is being used for which particular keybind, right? Which particular action. And we just have to give it the IMC, like mapping context, and then which action do we want to know from the mapping context, and then it can give us the key. For now, as you can see, we are setting the selected key to be 0, so whichever one is at the up of it. So if we go over here and we see like this one, okay, so in the index, what is actually happening, for the escape we have at the 0 index L, and at the 1 index the gamepad special right. Okay, and that is the reason why the gamepad controllers are not enabled yet, because it's kind of annoying to do both of them right now. So we're going to like introduce gamepad later on the game, maybe at the end of the prototyping or maybe at the end of the demo. But for now, I really don't want to focus on gamepads right now. All right, so other than that, other than updating the map, we have all of these different inputs. So every time we change the slider, changes, it basically plays a sound, is captured slider. Okay, well, this is just to select the style of the keys, and I'm not even using it. What? I don't know why. Alright, here is the thing. Here's the magic of the key binding happening, because I haven't set it the key binding for the movement, but I have set it for the interact and flashlight. Okay, so what is actually happening is I'm using these two functions, and again these are completely custom made. And what is actually happening here is, firstly we are getting the keys for the action. Just similarly as before, we are basically getting which key are we using for which kind of action. And when we get the info, like for the 0 integer, okay, which means the first one, the first index, which basically I want them to be the keyboard ones, we're going to get the new key from the input. So whatever the key we select in the menu will be our new key, and we will replace that key while preserving most of the settings. But for now it's buggy and it doesn't really preserve anything. I want it to, but it still doesn't. There is some kind of a bug, and we do need to fix it, but for now it is pretty good for the keys that we just want to like that doesn't contain any kind of modifiers and triggers. They just exist purely. Oh my god, They just exist purely naturally. Okay, so this is how we are actually key binding in this game, and that's mostly it. Yeah, now let's move on to the next one, which is display. So inside the display, this is the display resolution and this is the mode. I still don't know what is actually happening with the mode, but the display resolution is working, which is kind of nice. But one thing stays true, this is a game user settings, and every time we change anything inside the game user settings, we need to apply them, and that's why I put the application menu over here. But as you can see, it is only applying for the graphics. What? 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 I didn't even know. Oh yeah, we don't really need to worry about it because this applies settings. It just takes in the user settings and apply every one of them. Okay, it just apply everything. It's just something like that. Ah. Okay, so yeah, we basically don't want to worry about like applying like for the display or something like that. It just happens. Now, the graphics are the biggest one because they have just so many things happening at the same time. But let me just give you like overview of everything that is happening. Okay, so firstly, on the event construction, when the graphics menu, graphic settings menu is created, we run the update menu, and inside the update menu, we will basically have we basically set the defaults. Okay, so we take in all of the things over here. As you can see, we take all of them and we get the settings. They exist inside the game user settings menu, and then we set them. So we are basically setting uh, up the menu itself. Okay, so whichever kind of graphics are we using, whichever kind of display resolution we are using, we just set them all up. Okay, so that's the update, right? And the next thing that we are doing is we're binding the event on the selection change. So there is two things. If you go over here, we are using drop downs here, right? These are drop down menus. We call them combo box, and these combo box doesn't really work as same as buttons. Okay, so we need a type of binding event which will tell us that yes, if the selection got changed or the stuff or the menu just opened up. So for that, I'm using these things, and when we change anything, I just set the application required to true, which means we need to apply something. We need to apply all of the settings, and we play some kind of sound. So that's what really happening in the binding event, and you don't really have to do this because you can do all of these things inside Box. I didn't know this. I am sorry about that, but there's some kind of like Where is it? It should be inside here. Uh, um, don't know. I, I don't see it even now, and I didn't see it back then. Anyways, we have this section. So I'm basically getting all of the menus here, all of the drop down menus, and I'm basically setting this selection change. And then I'm getting all of these menus and inputting inside a array. Now the reason why this is going at the last one is because I added this at the last one. That's the only reason. I can do this, but it looks kind of nice anyways. Now after that, we move on to the event tag, which will handle the styling. Like it will change color, it will change how we behave, and it will change what kind of color the drop down menu will be. All of these things will be changed depending on if the keyboard has focus or not. Okay. So now that is done, let's move on to actually what happens when we change stuff. So I'm going to actually show you one of them, like texture change. Okay, so upon changing in the texture, we get the game user settings, we set the string, we get the string item, we get the selected item, and we switch the string, we switch it on the string. Is it low, is it medium, is it high, is it ultra, or is it plus ultra? And it depends on what you have written over here. Okay, it should be the same thing that you have given inside the options. And once you have done that, you're going to get from the game user settings and set that that setting. Is it texture, is it shadow, shading, reflection, anti-aliasing, visual effects, global illumination, or if it is preset. Now preset is different. Preset is different because every single time we open up the menu, it will say select the option. Okay, I'm like that. Every single time you will not know which preset you're using. So it will just say select one preset, and if you select, let's say, low, it will set all of these settings to low. Okay? Literally all of them. It will set all of them to low. If you select medium, it will set all of them to medium. Until you are inside the option menu, it will stay that option. Like it will say that the medium preset has been selected. But as soon as you restart the menu, it will say select one. Okay, and I kind of like that. It's not annoying for me at least. So yeah, I'm going with that. And basically what we doing upon the preset selection change, we are checking which of the string it is, and then depending on the string, we are changing the index, we are changing the preset index. Okay, 0 1 3 2 3 4, and it just happened to be that these are the exact number that we need to change these values. These are 0 for low, 1 for medium, 2 for high, 3 for epic, and 4 for cinematics. So it just happened to be that I can do this. And after all of these things, we go to then 8 and update the menu. All right, update the menu means we basically set all of these things, like inside the menu we change the drop downs, selected options. All right. So that's basically is the functionality behind the option menu. Now you can change it to your liking and however you like your option menu to be. I'm kind of happy with this for a prototype at least, and then we can change it at any point in time. Right, puzzles. Ah, now there is one more thing that I actually have to show you guys that I did in the previous days, and after that I think I will be taking my leave. Uh, I don't know. I kind of want to do this whole AI system offline for some reason. I mean, it is kind of an uncharted territory, and I have to learn. But doing it on live, it's like its own different struggle. Like I have to keep on telling you guys, I have to keep on teaching you guys what I'm doing, and at the same time, I have to learn myself. Uh, so forget about that. So do you see this system? Okay, so this is the actual showcase. Oh my god, there's so much sound. So this is the actual showcase that I'm going to be particularly using for my game. Okay, let me just set the master audio to low. And if we like the actual spawning is happening over here so that you can see all of the controls and movement, mouse control, lean, flashlight, and interact. Now they are not changeable if you change them inside the option menu. If you keybind them to something else, they will not change. But then you will know, like you change them yourself, so you should know. Well, other than that, we have this small little level where these are the notes, and if you click on them, it will say you can get the combination from inside. So go inside, which is basically this place, and we have a lock that we can use to get out. Yeah. All right. Now we can get the drawer key. We can open it up. As you can see, we cannot open them up. We cannot open this one. Need all key boxes to open. Okay, where we can turn on the light switch, and we know that there is a note, and we want to read it, and probably showcase like which will be the code for the lock pad. Right, and then we get all of the key boxes, go to all of the batteries, and then we unlock the door, get the note, and it will say 6597. Then we're going to get out. Oh my god, too close. 6 5 9 7. And did you see that like that lock pad actually interacted with something else? Like it's not just the lock pad, we can unlock other actors as well. And seriously, this is not a single blueprint. They are completely separate actor. Okay, but what is actually happening and how is this kind of working? So to do to think about that, we have to come over here. Okay, so this is the level block. We are getting the reference to a certain level block, and what we're doing is, if you go inside the blueprint, is on the level block, this one, right? So upon unlocking, we are getting the level block, and we are setting these we're getting the static mesh of that level block, and we are basically rotating it on the world rotation, okay, by 100 degrees. So just like that, after this set simulate physics, we can do anything else. Like we can interact with some other actors in the world, and maybe open up cabinets on them by themselves. So that's what I have been doing offline. Still I have to also work on the headless character. What was it? 6597. Yeah. And thanks to under the sky, we have snow and that's not the only thing. I did try to do some kind of like cinematic work. So there's like a collider in the world, and if we collide with it, it will reduce the storm, and then it will show us the credits. As you can see, the storm is slowing down, and this is the cinematic. and the HUD is not going. Yeah, we still have the player HUD, and then we have like the credits, and like this is just for simple purposes. Looks nice though. I wanted this like kind of a shot where we are like flying over the clouds, because they look so nice. Right. As you can see, we also have a AI. No, not AI, an AI. There are 5 of them. And there is our Paragon Twin Blast, yeah, holding sun on his hands. I just wanted to create something good. And the AI as well, they have like the ability to make footprints on the ground. Right? So that is kind of a game for now. And I didn't do anything, right? I just enabled perception. I'm kind of sorry about that. Uh, well, anyways, I only 3 days left. So I will be doing some AI stuff after the facts, okay? Because I already said I'm going to use Ali's videos for reference, and I do want to actually learn AI deeply, and I cannot do that while being on live. So yeah, the AI stuff have to happen like behind the scenes. I'm really sorry about that. But if you guys still want me to do it, like if you guys still want me to make videos while learning about AI, then sure, I can still be online. I can, but I will not be that talkative, I guess. Or maybe I will. I will talk to you guys, but I cannot teach you anything because I'm learning myself. Right. So this is the thing. I have to learn AI, but there are also some more stuff that we have to do. So the AI will be happening behind the scenes. That is clear. But what about other stuff? Do, 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 do. Okay, by the end of the August, we also need the core gameplay like Cell. So how about we work on these instead? Right, we need to work on Cell, the path following, done. Hehe, done. Perception, kind of done, but not completely. And the one special AI is still left. Other than that, the AI placement and puzzle placement is also left, but that can happen like in an hour or two, which is pretty easy. I just have to like fill up the environment with props. Other than that, we menu done, man. The player HUD mostly done. The prototype one is not really going to use much stuff, and interacted though, this still needs to be updated. Let's just yeah, let's just upgrade the interacted user interface so that we can have at least one of the things completed from our project. Okay, let's do that. I still have like an hour left. Let's make it worth it. Let's make it worth it. Let's make it worth it. I'm gonna go and grab some water, and then I will come back till this is opening up. See you in a bit. All right, I'm back at the same time, I guess. Okay, I think I have put it one note down in the workshop. Yeah, over here we do have one of the notes, and I want to print something like um, get out right now. Okay. And maybe also the logpad code should not be like just code, right? it should be integrated inside this text. So so for now, we don't really have to worry about it. Get out now. Get out now before she or maybe he catches you. Right. Let's play from here. And for now, the message menu is something like that, right? Get out right now before he catches you. It's stupid. Like, what? So what we're going to do is we're going to upgrade this. So let's go back to widgets, HUD, and player. HUD. And over here we have the combination text block and the event not pick. Right? This is specifically made for the event not pick. Yeah, but it's also made for the door. Well, we will somehow find another way to go about that. So firstly, anchors should be at the bottom. 0.5, 0.5. Make it something like this. Okay. And after that, we're going to have buttons as well. This button will actually be outside of this canvas panel. I don't know if that works, but yeah, somewhere over here. Then text. It will say back, right? And this text block, let's reduce its size. Instead of Roboto, let's make this enter. And let's put the justification where, yeah, this one. All right, and let's make the behind, like the image, to not be this, just be like transparent window or something. Compile, paste, and what we want to do, that instead of the delay that we are doing over here, so instead of the delay, we will do this upon this button, which is button 257. Right, so if we play from here, pick this up, it will say get out right now before he catches you, and we can go back. There is few more things that we need to change. We need to get player pawn, no, player controller, get player controller, and we need to set input mode to UI only. And one more thing, we're going to have a blur, background blur. Right, and it's going to have anchors everywhere, and the blur strength is going to be 30, and the visibility will be hidden. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. The anchors are these, and these are 0 as well. Right. And we just need to set this blur, blur variable to be visible and invisible at the same time. Okay, so widget in focus should be the button, this one. All right, and show mouse cursor to be true. And when we are done with this, we're going to set it to false. We're going to set game mode to game only. Compile, save. Get out right now before he catches you. Come back. Open the door. Oh my god. He's right there. Right. I mean, it is much nicer than whatever we had before. Right. That was an easy fix. Due to some reason, I think my audio is being streamed worse than before. Alright, so now that that one is done, is there anything else that can be quickly fixed? Oh yeah, the this, it stays one, right? I need to figure out what is the reason behind it. There's only one battery amount. So over here we set the percentage and we set the text to something. But what about if we set the text to be nothing just before we do this? Right? Maybe that will fix everything. But there's one more thing, like it doesn't occur on the event graph, right? It occurs on the build game. So we need to build this. building the game takes so much resources. Like, look at this. Right. So now I can say that the interactor is done, the player HUD is done, the menu is done. Ah, user interface is done. Ah, environment and puzzle placement. Not right now. Uh, wait, I don't have batteries though, so I have to reduce it. But why is it so zoomed in? Right, this was a good lesson. Alright, let's work on what exactly do we want to do with the first AI, right? So firstly, the fog, okay, and how we are perceiving everything, right? So firstly, we can self, right? We can go around. That is already done. We don't really need to worry about this. If we never make any sound and we never go in front of him, we can do this. So this one is done. Not as red though, probably as green. This one done. And like these are just basic AI property, like its own unique properties, so I cannot create them right now. But for this one, when he sees it, the the monster will try to eat our player. Or maybe like if he sees this and the player attacks the AI, he will again do these things, right? Like, I mean, he's hungry and he wants to eat everything, but he's still is still scared of like being dying or something like that. I don't know. So yeah, by that kind of a sense, we can do this. By the way, what is actually remember the stress system? This is completely yeah. Triggers, triggers. What, what, which triggers? Oh my god. We also have to like complete the code box and code locker. Like we haven't created the safe yet. So we have to do that one as well. But I can do it like on the next prototype. I just want to get one of the prototype out there so you guys can play it and I can actually get a genuine feedback about how the game actually feels like. Yeah, so for now, the base AI system I will be learning and building it on offline. I don't have my pen today. And the environment, I will be placing these things on live, but making it playable and enjoyable. I mean, yeah, I can do a 6 hour live. Okay, I will do the environment on live. That's done. User interface is already completed, and the stealth I think I will be completing the Celt tomorrow. I'll complete the I will complete the complete. I will complete the Celt gameplay by tomorrow. Right then. Uh, how many time are you going? Oh, for some reason there are more than the stuff that I think is remaining. What do we do till this is happening? How about we make save? But like it's taking like a lot of resources, so I cannot really use Blender. Alright then, I guess if it works, then it works. I will showcase you the gameplay on the next live. Or if it doesn't work, I will solve it and tell you guys the solution to it. Okay? So I will be taking my leave because I have to learn AI. We're building AI here, and people are worried about like if they can take our job. We're physically creating them. Okay. So that was it. By the way, if you guys actually want to play like this game as soon as possible, what is this? Okay, that was nothing, I guess. So if you guys want to play this game, I will be putting it up on hitch.io, and it will be as a exe. So you can download the exe. So it like just one thing. You don't have to download like the whole project and maybe delete something. I don't know. So oh, it is done. So I will be doing this, like I will be posting the updated version of that exe, a download installable setup basically, because I will be creating a completely like mixture of 0 and 1, right? Let me also reduce the frame rates, increase the frame rates. Oh yeah, it's already increased. So we just have to wait for it to be done till then we can actually. What? Bro, you have to reach me as well. Let's see if the note is working. Get out right now before he catches you. I think this time he is coming for me. Are you? No. Well, yeah, I disabled it. I disabled it. So now he's just following the route. This is sad. I also haven't enabled crouch. Oh my god, what? What? Oh no. Okay, so the 0 has been fixed, but the light is not. I have to fix that right now, or that would be blinding. After this, I will end the stream. Oh my god, so many bugs. So the reason why this is happening is a completely different reason, and because I'm not using ultra dynamic sky in that particular level, I have to actually reduce all of the light in the level, basically, because it was too bright. So what we need to do is go inside blueprint, and inside the event tick per second battery reduction, we just have to change this. We have to give it the uh, flashlight intensity. All right. Right then, that should fix everything, and I will see you guys in the next video. Till then, see you and bye bye. Have a great time, and keep on building. Happy developing. Bye.